Alright, you master, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today we're going to talk about a bedroll system that I've been experimenting with for multifunctionality. And before we're going to start about it, if you're interested in survival courses in Belgium, there will be a link to my website in the description, survivaltrainingbelgië.be, and also to my book called Bloody Crosses. So if you're interested, take a look, I would say. Alright, this is what I call the general purpose bedroll system. So the GAPBS. And you know why it's called that? Because fuck you, that's why. Well, that is just a combination of a woobie system with some traditional great kilt. So I'm going to show you. If you think that this looks big, there is a reason for it, and it can be worth it because of its multifunctionality, which I'm going to talk about. First of all, it only weighs 1.5 kilograms, so that's actually not much for a sleeping system, and it's not only a sleeping system to be cozy, but I'm going to show you. It's bigger than you think. I'm going to take the sides off, and I'm going to show you what's inside of it. So you can just roll it open just like that, and then you can just open it up just like a poncho liner that you would have, and inside is the great kilt. Like this. You can just open it up like this, and your sleeping system is now deployed. First of all, like you saw, the outside is a poncho liner, so I can roll it open anywhere, even on wet ground, dirty ground, and it would not affect the sleeping system inside, because I'm first, like you saw, I'm going to close it up again, like this, and I'm gonna roll it up, so no dirt or wetness will get inside of the sleeping system. Next thing that is handy is, if you're going to be in a rainy situation, snow, rain, or whatever, you need something to cover your body, and also your bug out bag, and also protection against wind from the cold. You can just take off this poncho liner and use it as a regular rain poncho. So that's one of the multifunctionality that is inside of this. The next thing that you see inside of this, and it actually fits very well, is the great kilt. And I made a video about the reasons why I like the great kilt. It has so many survival purposes. I would advise to look at that video, all the things you can do with a great kilt, and it's made out of wool. So what's great about this is it's multifunctional for a sleeping system. I'm going to show you. First of all, you can just lay inside of it, and you would think it's a little bit too big, but just like a poncho liner, you can just take the sides and you can click it together, and now you have the warm inside of that is covered against the rain. That is covering against the rain, so you can sleep almost anywhere. When if it's in a wet grassland, if it's in a forest, if it's in an abandoned building. So that's already one of the great multifunctionalities that you got with this. Another great thing about this is, if you are sleeping in this system, I'm not going to close it up because otherwise you will not hear me talk. Another thing is, if you are sleeping, you can sleep anywhere. If you also look at my video about sleeping positions, you can just use your arm or your backpack as a head pillow. You hear danger coming, footsteps, whatever, and instead of a sleeping bag that you have to zip open or worm yourself out, can take sometimes even a minute. This is just strike it open, almost like a zipper with buttons, and you can just take it and run away within 10 seconds. So that's also very good. What I also like about this is, First of all, the poncho, the rain poncho, will keep a lot of your heat inside. You will be amazed during how do you say this? During colder scenarios. I've been sleeping with this outside in -5 degrees Celsius. It works, but to be honest, I was also wearing my regular clothing within, so that is extra heat that is kept inside of it. The reason why I use a great kilt that is made out of wool is because with the regular poncho liner, the woobie, it's a great material. No doubt about it. But the problem I had is if you're going to sleep a longer time inside of it, or your clothing is wet, or you sweat a lot, then it will get caught inside of the materials and stay inside. And if you're going to sleep inside of it next, yeah, it's colder because it's full of sweat unless you dry it out. With the wool, I don't really have that problem because the wool takes a lot of the moisture off my body. That's already one of the good things. And even when it's soaking wet, it will retain 80% of its insulation value. It is very durable. You can open this up and sit close to a fire without the risk that the inside of a regular woobie is made out of synthetic materials. With the woolen blanket of the great kilt, it can get a little bit scorched, but it will not get. It's a very durable material, let's say, so it will not get holes from the glowings that's coming from the fire, or use it close to the fire and it will melt. That's not the case with the great kilt, so that's already a good thing. Another thing I like about this is because the great kilt inside this sleeping bedroll system is made out of wool, is that it will not start to smell after prolonged use. So I can sit here with this sleeping system, sleep weeks on the outside, and it will not start to smell because wool only pulls moisture from your body and not the oils that feed bacteria. So it will not smell like how do you say this, a sport bag after a few uses. So that's also very good for a long-term bug out scenario, survival scenario. So that's another good thing. And what I also like, I'm going to open this up so you can see better. What I also like is you can place a thermostatic sleeping pad or mat inside of it and roll it up together. It will get a little bit bigger, but for extreme winter circumstances, that's a good thing to roll it up in here. But usually I have enough with 2 layers of the woolen blanket from the great kilt. What I also like about this is it is great against mosquitoes and other insects. So imagine that it is closed, because otherwise I cannot show you. If it's a little bit warmer, but you get mosquitoes, or if you're in Norway, there will be mosquitoes nonetheless, or in Scotland. So what you can do is you can use this trick that you can put the great kilt across you. You can still breathe through the layers of wool, but the mosquitoes cannot get in. So even if you're sleeping in a marsh or something, the mosquitoes will not get in as long as you keep it closed. If there's a hole that you open your hands through or something, they will get in. But if you wrap yourself around in this wool, it's too thick for a mosquito to sting through, but it's small enough that they will not get through. So that's a great way to not be stung. It can be annoying during the summertime when it's really hot, and yeah, what I like about this is because the more colder it can get, the more layers of wool you can use, or even close the poncho on so it can trap even more heat. If it gets warmer, you can just take 1 or 2 layers off and sleep with 1 layer of wool instead, for protection against mosquitoes, or if you want to have something around you to protect yourself against sun or whatever, that's also a good option. So that is the multifunctionality what I was talking about. Yeah, and it's multifunctional, like I said. If you're going to use this for all the purposes that I said, so it's not the best in any scenario, but it's balanced in most, I would say. So whenever you're done, you can just take this, fold it in two, and also don't forget to close off the hood of the rain poncho, otherwise water from the wet ground or perhaps rain can seep through this, so close this off as good as possible. And when you're done, you can just roll it up like this, tie it to two ropes, and you're done with it. So like I said, this is a great kilt with many survival purposes. Look at the video. It has the benefits that you have a rain cover. So yeah, that's also another good thing. This combined, you have a sleeping system and also a great evasion tool because it is camouflaged. So it's harder to detect in grassland, in forest. So you're completely camouflaged. It's very low profile, so you will be less likely to be discovered. But when you are discovered, you can just pop it open, flap it close, roll it up, and take it together with your bug out bag, and you're gone in 10 to 12 seconds. So that's a great benefit, in contrary to perhaps another type of poncho liner that is more closed up with the zippers, or a regular sleeping bag. So I like this multifunctionality, and it's very durable with the woolen blanket. So instead of using a regular poncho liner, I'm going to keep using this great kilt. And in case your clothing get teared or it's getting much colder, you can use the great kilt as a way to have an extra backpack in case your backpack gets stolen, or as extra clothing around you. So yeah, I would say look at these the videos of the woobie and the great kilt, and you will see all the functionalities of it. Yeah, I think I'm done. And like I said, you can sleep anywhere. If you know any other use of this, please let me know in the comments. I'm always eager to learn new things, or in case I've forgotten something. And one more thing, it is a very cheap system. I've seen these very modern bags that can cost sometimes 200 euros, and this is just a rain poncho that is like 13 euros, and the great kilt here was 19 euros or something. So yeah, it's very cost effective, and it's more multifunctional than the special kind of tools or gear that you get from camping stores that are usually a little bit one-sided in their specialty. So I would say it looks a little bit bigger, but it's more durable and multifunctional. But yeah, I'm done now. So please let me know in the comments, like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and see you in the next video. Cheers!